welcome to battle number 5 of week number 6 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This battle is going to be pitting Quest's team, which is Verocious Victini, versus Fingered Witch team, which is Nightwishiwashi. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available in this battle are Mega Aerodactyl and Mega Altaria, respectively. Additionally, we have Z Crystal Pokemon in this battle. There's Infernape with Attack Z moves on Quest's side, and on Fingered Witch's side, there is Electros with Attack Z moves and Mew with any Z move. This is going to be a battle, quite the battle. I mean, it is obviously going to be a battle, but it is going to be quite the battle. Last time, Quest and Fingered Witch, when they faced each other, Quest had a Yu-Gi-Oh theme. He might be going for that again. They're both avid Yu-Gi-Oh fans. This team is looking a little similar to the team that Quest had versus Ember. It might actually be the same, maybe with, I think Donphan's missing. But yeah, so that's interesting. He didn't change the team that much. Same thing goes for Fingered Witch's team. I think this team also is a little similar to last week's team. I think Diancie's here instead of something, Wishiwashi, I believe. Mew might be here as well instead of maybe Lurantis. But yeah, so they're packing kind of similar teams to last week. I think a big Pokemon to watch is definitely going to be Mega Altaria. Once that thing gets going, it is hard to stop. Even with Empoleon, it can learn Earthquake, so Empoleon can't wall it 100% of the time. On Quest side, Tapu Bulu is actually going to be something that hits extremely hard. Scizor can definitely check it and threaten it with a Bullet Punch, as well as Incineroar. But it will be a little tough for, I think, Fingered Witch to go around that. Of course, Infernape has a lot of variety in its move pool, so that's also something to check as well. And then Mega Aerodactyl. Overall, it looks like Fingered Witch's team is pretty slow compared to Quest's. Quest is quite fast. A couple of not very fast Pokemon, but overall, most of his Pokemon are fast. So this will definitely be, in speed terms, Quest's favor, but Fingered Witch still does have some Pokemon that can turn that around, such as Scizor with Bullet Punch, Mega Altaria with Dragon Dance, even Trick Room on Diancie. So we'll see how this goes, and without any further ado, let's begin. Lead-wise, I think we could probably see Empoleon maybe trying to set up Stealth Rock, or Infernape going for a U-turn into something else. Aerodactyl can also go for a Stealth Rock if it so desires. I feel like Empoleon will probably be the one to set up Stealth Rocks. On Joey's team, I'm not sure who we'll see it as the lead. Maybe... oh, Diancie. Cry-Summoner the Diancie versus Missy the Heliolisk. Diancie is very bulky, and if Missy doesn't have a steel type move, it's not going to be able to hit too hard against Cry-Summoner the Diancie. Of course, Empoleon would be a good switch in to try and go for a Flash Cannon or maybe a Scald, and that's likely what's going to happen. Indeed, Bomber comes out. Cry-Summoner goes for a Trick Room. At this point, Cry-Summoner would maybe want to switch out, since Empoleon does have Flash Cannon, or at least the threat of having Flash Cannon. It may or may not have Flash Cannon, but the threat of it is enough to switch it out. And indeed, Electwichity is the one to come out. Electros can use an electric type attack now. Heliolisk might be the one to come in to try and take that electric type attack. If not, we might see Tapu Bulu come in. Tapu Bulu might be a little risky though, considering Electros may have something up its sleeve, such as a Poison move or Iron Tail or Flamethrower or something like that. Fingered Witch has used Z Crystals on Electwichity, although that wasn't its name before. I believe it was a type of pasta, because there was a pasta week. I think this one might have been It wasn't penne. I don't remember what pasta this was. Maybe macaroni. I'm not sure. But it has used its Z moves before, and I believe it went for the fire Z move in the past. And Tapu Bulu is the one to come out. Kuryu the Tapu Bulu. Wild Charge is actually going to do some pretty big damage. Wow. 38%. It was a critical hit. Nightwishiwashi is probably slower than Tapu Bulu. Will it be able to take down Kuryu the Tapu Bulu? Snap Knight the Scizor comes out instead, and a Horn Leech is going to do 24% to Kuryu. The big question now is who comes in to take on Scizor. Will it be Infernape? Will it be Empoleon? I see those both as possible answers to Scizor. It is Infernape Devac, the Infernape. Taking that Bullet Punch, it does 74%, and Trick Room is now gone. Grassy Terrain is up, though, allowing Pokemon to restore their health, and Devac and Snap Knight are able to restore a little HP from that. And Atmos Fighter, the Altaria, comes in. Devac is going to go for a nasty plot. What is this Infernape plotting? Because of Grassy Terrain, Altaria is going to have a hard time taking down Infernape with Earthquake. Earthquake may have been enough before, but now it certainly might not be. What will Altaria do in this situation? Does Infernape have a move to take care of Altaria? Flamethrower is going to do big damage, but not enough. Earthquake does big damage, but because of that Grassy Terrain, it's not going to be enough to take down Devac. Devac can now go for another Flamethrower. The question is, will it? Diancie is actually going to come in to take that possible Flamethrower, and indeed, the Flamethrower is going to hit. It does quite a bit of damage despite being resisted. One more Flamethrower will be enough to take it down, and indeed, it does go down, but Devac is left with not that much HP left. Mew is going to come in, Fetus in Psycho. Flamethrower does huge damage, taking Mew down to 6%, and Psychic is going to finish off Devac. Nasty plot Infernape. That was, wow. Lots of damage done there. Misty is now going to come out to probably take down Mew. And indeed it does. Volt switching to take down Mew. Actually, thinking about it now, if Altaria went for return on Infernape, that actually might have KO'd it, considering it's a stronger move, it has stab, and it wasn't weakened by the Grassy Terrain. And Tapu Bulu is going to come in to set up that Grassy Terrain once again. In comes Scizor. Infernape's gone, so Scizor's biggest check is now no longer. Scizor will be a little bit more of a problem for Quest. The big question now is, does Quest switch out to something that can take a Scizor attack, or does he stay in with Kuryu? I think the former is more likely of an option. It seems like Empoleon is probably the only Pokemon that really wants to take on Scizor at this point. And indeed, Bomber the Empoleon comes out to take that Bullet Punch. It's not going to do a lot of damage. Grassy Terrain is going to stack with leftovers on Empoleon, increasing its longevity. Witchity comes out, taking that Scald. It's going to do 34% and burn. Witchity is now a lot worse off due to the fact that it does seem to be a physical attacking Electros instead of a special attacking Electros. Heliolisk is going to come in to take that wild charge. It still does decent damage despite the burn because of the critical hit, but it's going to need a lot more than that to take down Misty the Heliolisk. And a Hyper Voice is able to take down Witchity. Healadin the Incineroar comes out. And a Hyper Voice does 64%, but a Mago Berry is going to restore Incineroar, and the Superpower takes down Misty. Incineroar is now down on its attack and its defense. This is a prime time for Mega Aerodactyl to come out. It's actually Tapu Bulu instead who comes out. And Tapu Bulu goes for the Stone Edge. It is able to take down Healadin. Altaria is the next one to come out. If Altaria could get a Roost off here, it will be good for Altaria, but the Stone Edge hits before Altaria could go for a Roost. Scizor is hanging on by a thread. Will it be able to maybe Roost itself and then go for a Bullet Punch or something like that? Empoleon comes in, taking that Bullet Punch. Bomber is a huge wall. It is very hard to break through Empoleon. Superpower can do it, taking it down to 13%, but Scald is going to do massive damage, taking it down by a lot. One more Superpower will be enough to take down Bomber, but that will leave Scizor very compromised to any other attack. Sigilyph is going to come in, taking that next Superpower. It barely does any damage. And this is Carly the Sigilyph. Carly the Sigilyph is going to go for a Thunder Wave. And now Scizor is paralyzed with its attack and defense both down. Tapu Bulu is going to come in probably to finish off Scizor, even with its attack down by 2 stages. Bullet Punch does massive damage to Scizor, but a Superpower is going to take down Scizor, and that is going to be the game. A 4-0 victory for Quest Team Verocious Victini over Fingered Witch's team, which is Nightwishiwashi. That was pretty intense. It seemed like Infernape was able to do a lot with that Nasty Plot Flamethrower, and grassy terrain really benefited Quest in this match, not just for being able to heal Empoleon, but for weakening that Earthquake from Mega Altaria. I feel like that was really a big point in the game. If that Earthquake hit outside of grassy terrain, it probably would have taken down Infernape, which was able to do massive damage to Fingered Witch's team. So that grassy terrain really came in clutch for Quest. Another thing that benefited Quest a lot was that burn from the Scald on Electros. It looked like Electros was promising on Fingered Witch's side, but it wasn't able to do much with the burn. Well played from both sides, though, and there are some interesting strategies definitely on both sides. Tune in for some more Week 6 matches coming up. There's still a few more left. Until then, I'll see you. This is Noel from Sun and Friendly. See you then.